One question I'm asked a lot is, why would I need ETBHN? As a center, as a staff member of a center, as a CEO, why would I want to be involved with ETBHN? And the answer to that is very simple. It's our mission. To improve the quality of services and to save you money. And the bottom line is we can provide programs that are more cost efficient than any place else can, mainly because we're not out to make a profit. We don't have to make a profit. We don't need to make a profit. All we need to do is make ends meet. A good example of that is our pharmacy. We offer extremely low prices on our medications. And we offer that ability, because we're a closed-door pharmacy, that the centers can actually see that person again when they come pick up their medication 2 days later after they've ordered it.
We started off with probably about 250 scripts back in 2003. We are now filling upwards to 1,000 scripts a day. We started with 8 centers at the pharmacy, then increased it to 14, handles over 86 to over 100 counties themselves. The doctors see them, they go through the steps, the process, and then they turn around and they send a script over to the pharmacy. The pharmacy then takes it, they type it. We have a 2-day turnaround, so whatever comes in on Monday, they will receive in their building by Wednesday. They're able to engage that consumer one more time when they come in to pick up that med, and they're able to make sure, okay, are you taking this right? Is there any information that you're needing as far as how this med works? Shipping, absolutely do not charge a dime for shipping. That's all paid through with the pharmacy. We also destroy their meds for them, which saves thousands of dollars. I know I sound like a salesman when I'm sitting here saying, you're going to get this free, and you're going to get this free, and you're going to get this free, but I promise you, you really do get all that stuff free. You're paying for your medications. Our fill fees are $1 per script. That is phenomenal. Our competition usually charges no less than $2.50, and we have absolutely no shipping fees as long as they are sent to the clinics.
Cost savings are enormous. We hire doctors on contract. They actually work for less because they like to work from home. So you've got a doctor sitting in their home offering services to a center. You've got a nurse or a qualified mental health professional sitting with the consumer at the center site, and they're able to deliver that service, especially in rural areas where it's difficult to recruit psychiatrists.
Perfect for rural Texas, because you're able to bring in a doctor from Beaumont, Austin, Dallas, and you can bring them into these little bitty towns that there's no way you could get a psychiatrist to move there. So that has really been a wonderful program and has grown leaps and bounds.
Camino Real was very fortunate to come upon ETBHN as I attend my executive director consortium meetings and heard Susan Rushing and had Gary come in and speak to us about ETBHN. I quickly contacted them as we were needing additional psychiatric services, and I was having a difficult time finding it in our local area. So I reached out to them about a year and a half ago, and worked directly with Angie Hardy, who is just wonderful. And quickly we were able to put a contract together to bring the psychiatric service available through ETBHN. At that point, I had lost another contractor that we had been doing business with, and they just smoothly picked up the caseload. Currently, we're serving over 100 persons through the contract with ETBHN. And again, if we did not have that resource available, we would have people on waiting lists. The advantage of having such a resource in Texas, and particularly it being a organization that is focused around the community center system, and understanding and being compliant with the multiple rules that we have to follow with our Department of State Health Services, it has been just a real blessing for us. And we connected with the doctor. We're using Dr. Milena Newhook, and she provides services 8 hours once a week. and we made sure the equipment was working. She provided the training on Anasazi, and it just has worked so beautifully that we feel very blessed to have been able to forge this relationship with ETBHN. I see the future of telemedicine with our organization, allowing us to go wherever it is that the consumer is at. Currently, we are streaming into our clinics and have the doctors call into those particular IP addresses, and it just happens so smoothly that sometimes it becomes invisible to me. Telemedicine is getting ready to expand even more than the utility that it's had up to now. We try to align the telemedicine rule with the Texas Medical Board rules, so we are not in contradiction. And recently, the Texas Medical Board expanded the definition of the established medical site, allowing other locations to be considered for the provision of services with telemedicine, such as the jails, the school, detention centers, any healthcare facility where the consumer may be, so that there can be continuity of care for that consumer.
I think, a lot of the advantage of having a consultant medical director is efficiency, because I can work with centers on an as-needed basis. If a center feels like they need some medical director assistance, whether that's around certain issues going on with their medical staff, or around policies and procedures, or anything that has to do with compliance, anything along those lines, then they can basically ask me to help. Centers that really are not in a position to have a full-time medical director or have the medical staff or enough medical staff to be able to do that, I can help them out with that. If one center has some policies and procedures they've wanted, they will likely work for another center, so we share ideas. And in fact, a lot of what I've found working with the different centers is that it's been, I think, a great advantage for them in terms of being able to share that type of knowledge among them. The state does require that there be a utilization management process and that a physician be on that committee. And so what ETBHN has done has actually created a committee that incorporates all the different centers for efficiency mainly, but also because it gives another opportunity to talk about meaningful measures, to talk about systems, ways patients can improve, where centers have great ideas about how to deliver services that can be shared among the group. So I think it has not just efficiency as a plus, but also the ability to share information. It is a requirement for utilization management committees to have a physician as a part of that. So I think that for some centers that's a challenge because they need their physicians to be seeing patients. What this does is it's an opportunity for centers to actually share in that expense. But it's just efficiency, I think, also for the other staff, because it gives an opportunity to do things in maybe in a way that doesn't require as many staff from their center to be involved.
There are so many people in Texas and actually nationally, but in Texas where we work, that are in need of services, whether it's mental health services, developmental disability services, substance abuse services, the whole gamut. And there's a lot of people that can't afford that treatment. The people at our centers, the staff at our centers, are there to help those people. And we look at it as ETBHN's job to help those staff do their duties, to help those people. No matter what your organization is, nonprofit or unit of local government, we can save you money and we can improve the quality of what you do. And that's what we're here for, and that's what we aim to continue doing.